There were some big eliminations in the first 2 rounds of the Junkyard Joust finals. All the teams have at least 2 cars left, and only Graveyard has 4. With Creatures Ramp, Graveyard Smash looks like they are the team to beat. Hi everybody, welcome to the Junkyard Joust. I'm Aaron Yonda. Tonight we crown a new champion. Who will it be out of these 10 teams? 2 perfect records have already been crushed, and Santa Slayers still have their bonus action. When will that come into play? Here we go, it's time to joust. Round 3, starting us off is going to be Big Mother for Graveyard Smash, sponsored by Mark the Music Lover. Randomized running order is up, and look at that, Big Mother has a problem right off the bat. Goes halfway off the track, just running into the track buffer. Here comes the Service Bed Truck, sponsored by Price X Private Parts. Nice hit there for Truculent, but look at that recovery by Big Mother. Flips it over. Big heavy car, and yet it still manages to get back right side up. Next up, Baby Cookie coming down in the Odd Rod for Ramp Stamp, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. Odd Rod slams the Service Bed Truck, cannot get underneath it. Cookie goes flying into the crates and bounces off. Odd Rod is curbside. Gonna take a big hit from the 38 Dodge Airflow for Jurassic Ride, sponsored by Sicken. Was a big hit, but Odd Rod handles it and makes a nice landing. That car proving to have some pretty decent agility. Speaking of agility, Off Track's up now for the Slayers, sponsored by Beaks Busted Barn Finds. Ooh, and Off Track can't quite handle the landing off the back of the airflow. Kind of gets tangled up with the service bed and goes sideways. That is a big loss for the Slayers. Here comes Turbine Sublime for the Shredhead, sponsored by Chorgoth the Infinite Horror. Turbine Sublime does not go off the back of the airflow, manages to lock it in. Nice hit there. And next hit will be from Tail Dragger, sponsored by Mark the Music Lover. Tail Dragger locks it in, Emerald down to just 2 cars now. Purple Passion Woody for the Copperhead, sponsored by Sloth's Automotive, Sachet and Buffet. A savage takedown by the Woody. Tail Dragger knocked askew, thrown off the track, and eliminated. That is another loss for Emerald. They are down to just Lamelt. Not a bad car to have left. Ford GT Mark II, sponsored by Chome for Glorious Throttle. Nice hit there. Tries to wrestle the Woody off the track, but can't quite do it, and they both lock it back in. 90 Chevy 454 SS, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. The Chevy hits the low back of that GT, pushes the line forward. Turbine Sublime gets popped out, and the Woody is curbside. Here comes a big one, 57 Bel Air, sponsored by Pick Your Sticker. The Bel Air manhandles the cars on the track, and Mr. Maroon is in trouble now. They've lost one of their best vehicles. That thing is upside down. Turbine Sublime makes a wonderful recovery. Here comes the 71 Ford F-250 for Truculent, sponsored by Chome. The F-250 goes up on the back of the Bel Air, kind of perched there. Not a great position to be in. Woody made a recovery on that last run, by the way. And here comes the big undercutter for Ramp Stamp, Flashfire, sponsored by Pick Your Sticker 2. Flashfire shoots underneath the F-250, throws it overboard, and it tips over done. That's going to be another loss for Truculent. The trucks are having a bad time of it this round. Every truck that's come down has been eliminated. Coming down for Jurassic now, the Plesiosaur Transporter, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Transporter pushes the Bel Air completely over. Big hit, tough to do that to such a large vehicle, and now Flashfire is in trouble. Some say Flashfire the only car that can take Creature out in this match. 16 Angels, sponsored by Farty Marty. 16 Angels boops the Transporter, and Flashfire is finished. Thrown over upside down, not much chance of recovery right there, and that is going to be a loss for Ramp Stamp. Group C Fantasy for the Shredhead, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Group C tosses 16 Angels around, but it handles it with ease. Group C itself also gets off the track, makes a nice spin around to a recovery. Here comes Lamelt, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Lamelt cannot get under the Transporter, and it's going to be wedged now in between a rock and a hard place. Rock is the Transporter, and the hard place is the hit provided by the Chevy 1500 for Copperhead, sponsored by Emo Dingo. And there was no hit. The Chevy goes off the back of LaMelt, jumps all over the place, hits the Plesiosaura, and lands sideways up front. And that is a big loss for Copperheads. They needed that truck. It's out. 16-4 GT Race, sponsored by Party Marty. GT Race takes down LaMelt. Emerald Undercurrent is out of the match. That is going to be the first team eliminated. Unbelievable. A lot of people said this team was going all the way, at least top 3. They are 10th. Stutz Blackhawk is up now. Got to stay alive to keep Mr. Maroon in this. Sponsored by Ellie's Hop Shop. It is lined up and locked in. And now it's time for Creature to pounce. Going to set up that ramp. Sponsored by Chicken Rings, Onion Rings. Bam, there's the ramp. It's a nice tight line. It's time to see some cars take flight. First up, the custom 62 Chevy for Truculent, sponsored by Pick Your Sticker. The Chevy cannot stop the ramp, and it flips over upside down, gets eliminated. That's 2 down for Truculent. They're in big trouble. And the Stutz is curbside. Ramp Stamp could have sent down Flashfire. They send down Cool One instead, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. And it turns out to be maybe not a bad plan. They're going to keep Cool One in the match, but Creature is also going to stay alive. There's no guarantee Flashfire would have been able to take Creature out. Was Flashfire eliminated? We might never know. 92 Jeep Wrangler Sahara, sponsored by Chicken Rings, Onion Rings.
It's very exciting to have a new driver because I don't know if we're going to survive this. Look out!
The Jeep, Petey, and Jeff Goldblum go flying all the way up to the crates, bouncing around. Petey bouncing a lot, and Jeff Goldblum somehow stays in the back of the Jeep. That looks like a recovery to me.
Excuse me, baby Petey. Last time you went flying, do you think maybe a seatbelt?
Technetium, sponsored by Sean's Toy Ring. Technetium takes the ramp. Wow, that is amazingly bad news for the Slayers. Creature has taken out Technetium, never eliminated vehicle. It is done, and they've lost 2 in this round. 63 Cadillac Hearse for the Smash, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. The Hearse takes the jump and also has bad luck. Creature very effective in this round. A lot of spinning, a lot of moving around, and it just can't get over by the tires. That's going to be an elimination for them too. They've got a couple out this round as well. A big round for eliminations. 11 cars have been eliminated, and we've lost the first team. We are down to 15 cars from 50. Here are the 11 that we just lost. Let's take a look at the aftermath. The GTs stay steady at 2, Truculent down from 3 to 1. Emerald eliminated from the match, Mr. Maroon down to just 1, and defending champions Copperheads down to 1. The Stamp fall to 2, Santa's Slayers fall to only 1. Graveyard Smash loses 2 down to 2. Jurassic Ride now in the lead, they are at 3. They didn't lose a single car, and neither did the Shredheads, they are steady at 2. 2 perfect records are gone, and only Creature remains. Here we go, round 4. Things are tightening up a lot. Jurassic Ride had a great round. They will start us off with the airflow as it locks it in, and now that rounded back could come into play. A direct hit from Odd Rod. Cookie goes flying, and Odd Rod stays locked on the track. Little skidding right there, and it's nap time for Cookie. Graveyard Smash decides now's the time to strike, and Creature is going down first. Ramp in place. First to take the ramp will be Turbine Sublime with a Sublime recovery, flipping over and then back the same way, making a flawless landing, and that's great news for Shredheads. The 16-4 GT Race does not have the same results, flips over into the safety area, can't escape the track, ends up upside down and out, reducing GT to only 1 survivor. The service bed truck takes a magnificent tumble and recovers, keeping Truculent in the match. What a great job by that truck. Next up will be the Stutz for Maroon. The Stutz can't make the jump, and it is out, and that is probably it for Mr. Maroon, and we're going to lose our second team in the match. Mr. Maroon probably going to get 9th place if the Stutz stays like that. The Woody takes Creature's ramp and does not make a recovery. And the Copperheads 2-time Joust World Champions have been eliminated from the match. They will not be getting a 3rd World Championship. Last car for the Slayer, 16 Angels, handles the ramp flawlessly. Copperheads out so early in this match, only getting 8th. Certainly not their favorite performance. The transporter for Jurassic, wow, it takes the jump and it flips over, but then it lands it. That big, bulky vehicle, bouncing all over, but keeping it level, and Jurassic is doing great. Cool One makes an uncool move and is upside down on top of that GT, and it looks like Ramp Stamps might lose one this round. Big Mother takes its companion's jump, smashes into the crates, rolls back over again to a recovery. Incredible agility for a car that heavy. Graveyard continues to roll over the competition. Group C Fantasy finishes off Cool One and makes a recovery on the way there. That was a close one. Group C managing to just clip the track on the way over and make the save. Shredhead still got 2. The GT Mark II takes the ramp and does a nice job of keeping it level. That was a great sliding recovery. Glorious Throttle are gonna stay in the match.
Baby Petey, could I interest you in a booster seat?
The Jeep Wrangler Sahara with Jeff Goldblum and Petey makes another stellar landing. Jurassic Park is coming out of this round with no eliminations.
Fascinating.
They are gonna maintain their lead. We're gonna lose 4 cars and 2 teams in this round. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Results of round 4, Glorious Throttle find themselves down to 1. Truculent still at 1. Mr. Maroon and Copperheads exit the competition early. Ramp Stamp down to 1. Santa steady at 1. Graveyard at 2 along with Shredheads. And Jurassic Ride 3 remaining. Round 5, here we go. Got a feeling things are gonna get shaken up here pretty soon. Airflow starts us off for Jurassic. Shredhead's got 2nd in the randomized running order, so Turbine Sublime will go down before Creature, assuming that Graveyard sends Creature down. And indeed they do, and the ramp is set up. Odd Rod will be first to take that jump, and it does it after a wild tumble. Cookie bouncing all over the place as usual. Great recovery by that car. Doesn't look like it would be an agile car, but again and again, it has proven itself agile. Last chance for Truculent, and it doesn't look good. Service bed truck flips over, lands in the safety area, and that's just not a good place to be in upside down. Probably not coming back from that. We might have just lost Truculent, folks. The GT Mark II fails to take the jump, and the teams are dropping like flies right now. Truculent gonna get 7th, and Glorious Throttle is gonna place 6th. One by one, they're falling to the ramp of Creature, but 16 Angels yet again proving why it is a valuable player here, making another fantastic recovery and keeping the Slayers alive. Transporter coming down, makes the jump, cannot make the landing, smashes into service bed, breaks off a big chunk of its bumper. Saw that fly off over into the junkyard, and the Transporter stuck in a tough position. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Jurassic's gonna lose one. Group C Fantasy, wow, look at that. It's perched on top of the Plesiosaura, wheels spinning. Well, it's not a great place to be, but it's right side up. Shredheads will take it. Big Mother slides off the jump, keeps it level, glides off the airflow, and stays alive, keeping Graveyard at 2. Cookie gets a little boot to the head there. And the Jeep Wrangler makes one of the stranger recoveries of the match, smashing its back end into Group C Fantasy and dumping Petey out before it lands on top of service bed, where it just kind of sticks. Jeff?
If you want an example of chaos theory, I posit to you Petey flying out of my Jeep. Nobody knows which way he's going to fly.
We're going to say goodbye to 2 more teams. They've ended their season in round 5. 3 eliminations on the round. Only thing that changes over here is Jurassic Ride down to 2 now, along with Graveyard and Shredheads. And GT and Truculent are gone. We're down to 5 as we head into round 6. quick announcement. I'm going to be starting a brand new season of Junkyard Joust after this one, and I want to do some special stuff with this season, so I'm hoping I can get a few more patrons so I can make that happen. Also, now is a great time to become a patron if you want to start sponsoring cars. Go to patreon.com/junkyardjoust and check out the rewards. Consider becoming a patron. Thank you to all my current patrons. So take a deep breath, here we go, round 6. Turbine Sublime will start us off for Shred Heads. They got the draw, they are first up. Turbine Sublime slots in, and here comes Creature, I bet. Creature nudges Turbine Sublime forward just a bit to tighten up that line and prepare the ramp. Creature trying to do the damage, get the job done, and win this match. First time the Dodge Airflow had to take the ramp, and it does not go well. Jurassic's lead went away, and now the Airflow falls. A big flip over, it's just a little bit too bulky, cannot survive. Jurassic down to 1. 16 Angels, a very delicate landing that time. Not a whole lot of flipping and flopping all over the place, just wants to nail it, keep Santa's Slayers in this match. Odd Rod hits the ramp, and it doesn't go well this time. Their luck ran out, and Ramp Stamp is done. Wheels spinning all over the place. Cookie bouncing around. Baby Cookie probably loving this final. She got a lot of runs down the track. Group C Fantasy avoids the pitfall and makes a fantastic recovery. Shredhead's right now looking very good. Another amazing recovery from Big Mother. Man, that was lightning quick. Didn't even look like it was upside down at any point when you see it in regular speed, but slow motion shows you a nice flip over to a recovery. The Jeep Wrangler takes the jump, spills its contents, and goes over sideways. Jurassic in big trouble right here. They have lost 2. That's their whole remaining team, and guess what? That was the last car of the round. Yeah, sorry, Jeff. It's over for you today. It looks like Odd Rods are going to take 5th. Jurassic is going to take 4th. 3 eliminations and 2 teams. 8th ranked Ramp Stamp and 10th ranked Jurassic Ride are done. Only 3 teams left, but we go until there's a winner. Round 7, starting us off, is Shredheads yet again. Turbine Sublime able to avoid taking that ramp a couple times in a row now because of luck of the dice. Creature sets it up with a little bounce back this time. And 16 Angels nails that landing again, bounces out of the safety area and gets off the track. Santa's Slayers staying alive. A similar jump for Group C Fantasy just on the other side of the track makes that recovery happen, spinning around, pivoting. Shredhead's good to go. Now it's time for Big Mother. Wow, I don't even know what that was. Kind of pushed Creature way forward, and oh man, Turbine Sublime almost got eliminated with that big push. And now the question is Big Mother beyond 45? It looks pretty close. I don't think it is, but we're gonna take a measurement and make sure. Nope, that's definitely below 45 degrees, so Big Mother survived another round. No eliminations on that round. Time to increase the speeds. Round 8, here we go. This time, Creature gets to start us off. The ramp is set up. Turbine Sublime does a magnificent job of recovering after spinning around multiple times, whirling around like a helicopter, and then pulling it off at the last second, making that save for the Shredheads. 16 Angels bounces off the crates, goes way back down. Not a whole lot of spinning this time, but still a very nice landing. Manages to pull it down, avoid being sideways, and lands right down next to Santa's Helper. Big Mother, and can't quite make it happen this time, and Creature has taken out its only remaining teammate. A lot of great recoveries by this car, really stepped it up for the finals. But it seems like everybody falls to that ramp eventually. Group C Fantasy. Wow, look at all the bouncing on that one. Man, oh man, that car flipped around at least 3 or 4 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count them all. That was incredible. Group C Fantasy blowing people's minds in this final. Look at that. Well, these recoveries are great, but the problem here is how are they going to stop Creature from the Black Lagoon? One elimination, and it was for Graveyard Smash. Big Mother is out. They fall down to 1. Shredhead still at 2. They are in the lead, and they will start us off in round 9. Not a whole lot of hype about Shredheads before this match, but maybe this will change things a little bit. Even 16 Angels gets to come down before Creature this time. A nice hit by Creature. Wow, that almost took down 16 Angels, but it does manage to make the recovery. And now Group C Fantasy's got to take the ramp. Don't forget, this is still at increased speeds, and that's why you're seeing such a big bounce back right there. But Group C Fantasy handles it again, manages even to avoid running over Santa's helper. Very close call right there. She should probably move back. No eliminations in that round, and that means we are going to maximum speed. Things are about to get crazy. Turbine Sublime taking the plunge first. Plows into position, bounces back just a little bit. Santa Slayer's got the roll again. 16 Angels going down second, goes curbside. Oh, this could be trouble. 16 Angels better at taking the ramp than taking an attack from behind, and that ends badly. Creature basically headbutts 16 Angels off the track. It spins around, but just kind of gives up and flops over upside down. Santa's Slayers have been finished off, and they will get third place. Group C Fantasy with a massive smash into the crates. Who knows how many times it flipped over. It hits a height of 6 as it goes way back down the track. I couldn't even see if it recovered. It was so fast it went off camera. And there you can see in camera 1, it made the recovery. And what a recovery that was. Shredhead seemingly coming out of nowhere, 28th ranked. Nobody thought they'd make it this far, but they did. And guess what? It's probably not going to help, but Santa's Slayers still have that bonus action. Maybe they should have used end of the line earlier in this round, but they're going to send down Winnebago in the vain hope that it lands in a strange way. And no, it doesn't. It speeds off to the left. It seemed like it was already coming off the track or something. Not really a reliable bonus action by any means, but Winnebago hits a 7 on that run before it lands on the opposite side of the track where Santa's Slayers wanted it to. And yeah, that bonus action did not pay off. No guarantees it would have paid off if they'd done end of the line either. What a great run by Santa's Slayers, but they had to try. And now, folks, we are going to be going into round 11 with just 2 teams. Shredhead still have 2. Graveyard Smash has Creature. If there are no eliminations in round 11, we will go to no holds barred. Why do I get the feeling that's probably going to happen? Turbine Sublime goes down first, slots it in, locks it in. Creature comes down second, maximum speed, but still nice and smooth. Group C Fantasy takes that ramp and does it yet again. Bounces right off the crates and lands it perfectly, and there you go. We are going to no holds barred. Evil Weevil's gonna vacate the track. Good job, little buddy. Your work is done here. And we're gonna catapult into round 12. Turbine Sublime starting us off. No track buffer. Turbine Sublime stays locked in the track despite going almost halfway back up the hill. And then it stays about halfway down the track where it is going to take a hit from Creature. It's no holds barred. You can go down backwards, and that's exactly what Creature from the Black Lagoon is going to do. And it works perfectly. Creature assassinates Turbine Sublime, uses that ramp to take it out, throw it off the track. It is sideways. A Klingon passed out from all the stress. Or maybe it was the Junkyard Joust. Actually, it looks like 2 Klingons passed out from that hit. Seeing this action from that close up, it's a tough thing to handle, folks. And now Group C Fantasy has a chance to try to take Creature out. Maximum speed from the front. Here we go. Group C Fantasy cannot pull it off. Creature is too heavy. A little bounce there, but not enough to get Creature off the track. And there they are. They're face to face. The remaining 2 cars in the finals. And it really is going to be a face-off now. Turbine Sublime is out. Both teams are down to 1. Round 13. Here we go. Creature gets the roll, is going to head down and hit the safety barrier, and a bounce back there. Looks like Creature handled it pretty well. And the ramp now is going to be way back down the track. This is often a tougher thing to survive without that hit into the crates. Group C Fantasy still makes it down to the crates. Look at that leap all the way down to the end. Bounces off the crates, recovers, is not fazed by the ramp. Man, oh man, what a great jump and a great landing. This car is a breakout star. We alternate starters now. Group C Fantasy will go down next. Bouncing back, going way up, and locking it in down at the end of the track. I get the feeling that Creature might come down backwards this time. Oh my goodness! The assassination attempt by Creature works, and yet it doesn't work. Creature has self-eliminated and also eliminated Group C Fantasy. It is the end of round 13. The rule is if your car is sideways or upside down at the end of a round, you're out. They are both eliminated. An amazing takedown by Creature, but then Creature couldn't stay level. Perfect Record is eliminated. And folks, we are gonna have to go to points to see who won Junkyard Joust Season 7. It's gonna come down to whoever had more cars around the longest. And as you can see, the Shred Heads have taken it away, 159 points. They had 2 almost up until the very end. Our new champions, Junkyard Joust World Champions. The Shred Heads have won the prize. An absolutely legendary performance. Congrats to everybody who sponsored one of these 5 cars. The most valuable player is gonna go to Creature from the Black Lagoon, who is definitely the reason that Graveyard Smash got to the finals and got this far. Here's how all 10 teams placed in the finals. Great news for you if you're a fan of one of these teams. They will all be coming back in some form next season. The top 3 will get to go straight to the main event. They will get to swap 1 car. The other 7 teams can swap as many cars as they want and try to make another go of it in the qualifiers. The next season is gonna be wild. Everybody's gonna be trying to figure out how to defeat that ramp of Creature from the Black Lagoon. We've also got 3 invitationals coming up before the season starts. Of course, the Super Crashers, but we're also having a special invitational for Magic Kingdom to find their 3 remaining slots, and an invitational for Movie or Lose It. A massive thank you to all my patrons for making this season possible. You guys are the backbone of the show, and I really appreciate you. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week for another custom match. Cheers!